Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna take another look at this 66-inch disc harrow from Everything Attachments. I did a prior video on this. So this is 66 inches wide, 500 pounds fixed. All right, so the angles are not adjustable, and I kind of wanted it that way because the more adjustable things are, the more likely I am to break them. I'm not saying that other people will break them, but I tend to break things that are too adjustable. So it's a very simple design. Now the first day that I was working on this, what I did is I tried to float it. So what I did is, instead of using this linking piece here, what I did is I put that hook directly onto this pin over here, right in this spot over here. But in order to reach it, what I did is I only attached the hook at the top. I left the bottom hook out, which did bend this a little bit, but not that that matters that much. All right, and what it did is, because I only had the top hook in here, this was floating, right? It allowed this thing to float, which somebody suggested that might be a really good idea. When I went back and I looked at the video, I thought that the disc harrow was floating a little bit too much. What it looked like to me was like the discs in the back kept coming off the ground. Okay, so that's why I'm trying this setup today. I already did like 2 passes. It seems to be working pretty good because this kind of forces the back to stay in its position. These 2 pieces here I got from Tractor Supply. They're like $15 each, but the nice thing about them is they got lots of holes, so you can you know, adjust it however you need to get it, because that's usually one of the problems that with these quick attach these quick hitches is getting that top you know, link to line up. Now this is the one that comes from Harbor Freight. I think it's about $130. Initially this came with fixed bolts over here. What I have found is that I need to move this hook up and down pretty frequently, so that's why I put these thinner pins in there. Now these are a little bit thinner. At some point I'm hoping I will be able to find pins that are a little bit thicker. The next size up that they had at Tractor Supply was just too big. But yeah, the bolts are no good. I need something that goes in and out really quickly, because as I go back and forth from different attachments, I need to move this hook up and down. So that's a big convenience. All right. The other thing I did is, I forgot to do last time, is I put the bushings in here. All right, so you can see how I got those, the category 1, 2 bushings. That will also give it a little bit less play. I don't know how much of an issue that was in the first video that I did. So this is the ground that I disked it first. I did really good towards the front with the disc harrow. Back here on the back side, I had not plowed that in recent years, so the ground was a little bit harder, and I did have a harder time running through it with the disc harrow. And I think it might have been because of I had too much of a float. So what I'm gonna do, well, first of all, what I did is, the day after, I came back and I ran a middle buster through here, which is kind of good because it kind of mixed up the ground a little bit more. So that's why you see the rows that you see here. I went through it with the middle buster. Okay, and today I'm going to go through it with the disc harrow. What I'm also going to do is, like this, I got ground over here that's not broken. I'm going to also come back to this, and I'm going to make 1 row here on this unbroken ground, and we're going to see if there's an improvement on unbroken ground now with the disc harrow. Okay, that you know, I have changed the adjustment to it, so it flexes, it floats a lot less rather. So again, this is the Everything Attachments disc harrow. Cost $1,500 from Everything Attachments. There was a 4-month wait. Okay, I ordered it back in, I knew there was going to be a 4-month wait. I ordered it back like in November, knowing that it would come in April. But it very, you know, heavy duty. I did see a few other companies that sold them for a little bit cheaper. All right, but here's the thing: at the point where I'm spending more than $1,000, you know, it really doesn't make a difference if I'm paying $1,300 for something or $1,500 for something. I'd rather get something that's just gonna last. You know, that's gonna last for like the rest of my life, and hopefully the rest of my kids' life. The one thing I might do is I might weld a barbell going across over here that sticks out, and I can hang extra weights there if I need to. So that's an option. Because I have lots of barbell weights that I use as a counterweight for the back of the track. In fact, you can see them over there resting on the ground. That's my counterweight over there on the ground. Yeah, let me show you guys a real quick look. That's my counterweight. And that's the great thing about the quick hitch. I can just back up. I want to do some front loader work. I just basically back up to this, hook up. I got 1,000 pounds right there. Okay, so that's really good. What I did is I took off the front bucket on this to lighten up the weight in the front a little bit, give me a little bit more traction in the back. All right, so let me move up the camera. I'll put the camera on a tripod, and let's run this. Oh, one of the things that did come up as I was testing this earlier, because the hook now is about 6 inches forward, that's basically the highest position that I can get in, which is off the ground, but you know, in some places the ground is uneven. So here's the thing: in certain spots, I am going to hit the ground, right? If I, when I don't want to, and I noticed that can be a particular pain in the butt if you're trying to make a turn, and the ground is such that the harrow in the back is hitting the ground. So let me pause this and I'll put this in the tripod. That should give you guys a good view of the old ground that we're going to be working on, and also of the new ground that we're going to break over here. Actually, move it a little bit more to a slant, so that as I go past it, you guys can see what it's doing. Here you go. So let me move it here, actually here. This will give you guys a better view as I'm going through it. All right, let's get this started. Okay, so let me give you guys my opinion. Now, the other day when I did this for the first time, it had rained like the day before, so the ground was softer, and apparently that does make it easier to use the disc harrow. Okay, it was definitely breaking up the ground easier the day after it rained. Over here where I was going through the unbroken ground, basically I think I was just, it looked like it was just clipping the grass. You know, it really didn't dig in much. So I would definitely have to run a middle buster or plow through here in order to turn this over. I'm going to probably end up getting a proper turning plow, you know. Okay, now in the area that I had already turned over the other day and then ran through it with the middle buster, that turned out pretty good. I mean, that's breaking it up nice. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna have to break down and get a turning plow. I don't need it. I don't think I'm gonna need it this year, but you know, because I pretty much the area that I want to plant, I've already more or less have already broken the ground. And now you know, the thing I did notice is that it was definitely giving me a little bit more pressure in the back. Okay, although despite, you know, because the ground was a little bit harder, it had less effect on the unbroken area. I would like to turn it a little bit more down, right? You know, I would like to let out the top lick a little bit more, but I would definitely be hitting the ground a little bit more as I turned. And even at this level here, I did notice a couple of times when I was turning, I did actually hit the ground a little bit. Not enough to stop the tractor, but I don't think I can let that down anymore. I mean, that's where it's going to have to stay. I definitely make, you know, I mean, having gone through this, I definitely may want to put a bar across the top here, welded in place, so I can add extra weights. That won't hurt. I would actually do it on this side over here. Just run a bar right across over there. You know, just get like a, you know, just an Olympic bar, cut it, and then just add the weights over here to the side. You know, you can easily get another 200-300 pounds on there. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. This has been a very interesting, fun adventure. Drop some comments below if you got any feedback from me, any suggestions. Everything's appreciated. I'll talk to you all soon.